So, a little recap of what's been happening. So, the last few chapters, we saw that Moses went up on top of Mount Sinai, communed with God, came down from the mountain, saw that the children of Israel were already worshiping a golden calf. So, Moses, what did he do? The first set of stones, the tablets that he received from God, he broke them, broke the golden calf. Some of the children of Israel, the Levites, joined the forces and ended up killing some of the children of Israel for the sin they had committed. So Moses then goes back up to Mount Sinai, communes with God a little bit more, comes back with a second set of tablets, and now it's time to get started. He had received all the instructions that everything that needed to be done, what to do, how to do it, who was going to do it, and now it was time. Chapter 35 of Exodus will cover exactly that. Let's get started. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together, and said unto them, These are the words which the Lord hath commanded, that ye should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath or rest to the Lord. Whosoever doth work therein shall be put to death. This was the first thing he told them. You're about to do some work here, but on the Sabbath day you all are going to rest. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. And so Moses tells the children of Israel, And Moses spake unto the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying, Take ye from among you an offering unto the Lord. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it, an offering of the Lord, gold, silver, brass, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram's skins dyed red, and badger's skins, and shittim wood, and oil for the light, and spices for anointing oil, and for the sweet incense, and onyx stones, and stones to be set for the ephod, and for the breastplate. And remember all those instructions that God gave Moses at the Mount Sinai, that what he wanted done for the tabernacle? It was time to accomplish just that. And every wise-hearted among you shall come and make all that the Lord has commanded. The tabernacle, his tent, and his covering, his tatchets, and his boards, his bars, his pillars, his sockets, the ark, and the staves thereof, with the mercy seat, and the veil of the covering, the table, and his staves, and all his vessels, and his showbread, the candlestick also for the light, and his furniture, and his lamps, with the oil for the light, and the incense altar, and the staves, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the door at the entering in of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt offering, with his brazen grate, his staves, and all his vessels, the laver and his foot, the hangings of the court, his pillars, and their sockets, and the hanging for the door of the court. These were all things that we talked about in the past chapters that the Lord required, that were needed for the building of the tabernacle and the building of a nation with statutes and laws and a means to worship God. But we're continuing here. Verse 18. The pins of the tabernacle and the pins of the core and their cords, the clothes of service to do service in the holy place, the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister in the priest's office. And all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses, and they came, and every one whose heart stirred him up, and every one whom his spirit made willing, and they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, and for all his service, and for the holy garments. And they came, both men and women. Now mind you, there were millions that came out of Egypt after 450 years living in the land of Goshen. And they came, both men and women, and many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelets, and earrings, and rings, and tablets, all jewels of gold. And every man that offered an offering of gold unto the Lord. And every man with whom was found blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skins of rams and badgers' skins brought them. Every one that did offer an offering of silver and brass brought the Lord's offering, and every man with whom was found shittim wood for any work of the service brought it. And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands, and brought that which they had spun, both of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine linen. And all the women whose hearts stirred them up, in wisdom spun goat's hair. And the rulers brought onyx stones, and stones to be set for the ephod, and for the breastplate, and spice and oil for the light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. The children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, every man and woman whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hand of Moses. Remember, that's what we've been talking about in the last chapters, while Moses was up on Mount Sinai the first time. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, See, the Lord hath called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and he hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, and to devise cunning works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in the cunning, and in the cutting of stones, to set them, and in carving of wood, to make any manner of cunning work. This kind of reminds me of when God blessed Solomon, the son of David, which we'll see in the first book of Kings, and how he gave him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you see, guys, nothing is impossible unto the Lord. Here's another example right here, where he blessed Bezaleel with all this knowledge and understanding and abilities to do the work of the Lord that it was required. But not only that, I'll show you what else we'll see what else the Lord gave Bezaleel, or what he blessed him with. And he had put in his heart that he may teach both he and Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. So it was Aholiab and what was the other guy's name? Bezaleel. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart to work all manner of work of the engraver, and of the cunning workman, and of the embroiderer in blue, and in purple, and scarlet, and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that devise cunning work. The work has begun. They're going to make all these things that the Lord has required of them, that he had been speaking to Moses about up at Mount Sinai. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take quite a bit of people, because not only Bezaleel and Aholiab are going to do the work, but they're going to also teach others. And the Lord has actually put his Spirit in a number of people to make all these things that we've been talking about. And that, brothers and sisters, concludes chapter 35, but it will continue into chapter 36 about the building of all these items, and actually in chapter 37 and 38 and in 39 as well. And we'll cover all of this, the Lord's willing. And that concludes chapter 35, but for the time being, as always, it goes without saying, but I am going to say it anyway. If you have any questions or comments, brothers and sisters, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Peace of the Lord be with you, and we will see you next time. Shalom.